Hi everyone, Dr. Andy here, chiropractor. Today's video is just explaining chiropractic in its most basic and simple form using a really cool diagram that I've recently learned. Now, when it comes to the body, we have two cells. When these two cells meet, they cause an electrical bio-infusion that basically begins life. You can think about this as the male and the female cell meeting, and over time, those cells start to replicate. They multiply and they turn into a cluster of cells called the mulberry mass. Now the mulberry mass, as it continues to grow, it becomes the first organ of the body, which is our brain. So the brain develops, and then from the brain, we also develop a cord that comes down that becomes the spinal cord. Now from there, we start to develop this wiring system within the body, these little fibers that go from the brain down into the body, and this becomes the structure of our body, as you can see here. Now on those little fibers, we start to develop these little nerve buds. These little nerve buds are placed all throughout the core, throughout the extremities, and those little nerve buds become our organ system. So we develop our lungs and our heart, digestive system, and the bones, muscles, tendons, ligaments, all develop, when it comes to the nerve system. And we can see that there is a direct connection between the brain in the body through the spinal cord. Now over time, we also start to develop our skeletal system. Around the brain, we develop this really hard case called the skull, and that basically fully encases our brain because it's extremely delicate and it's extremely important. And then in the spinal cord, we develop little bones around it. And these little bones are obviously the vertebrae, right? Now, the trouble with the vertebrae is that they move. So sometimes they can shift, sometimes they can compress, sometimes they can become curved, and they start to stress the nerve system. So how much power do you want going from your brain, say, to your heart? Or how much power do you want going from your brain down to your foot? Well, obviously 100% of that nerve power. And the trouble is when we start to develop problems in the spine, it starts to cut off that nerve power. We only feel about 10% of our body. The other 90% is function. So sometimes we don't have pain even though a nerve is getting compressed or pinched. So it's important to get the spine checked on a regular basis to make sure that your body has 100% nerve flow and nerve power at all times. I hope you found some value in this. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.